Well, you've definitely, kept going from there. You learned your lessons, and you continue to be successful, wearing many different hats as an artist, a producer, working on films and television productions. Out of those, different hats that you've worn, what is your favorite thus far?
Oh, music producer, 100%.
Okay.
Leaps and bounds, because that allows my creative outlet, and it allows me to use my greatness and display it like a Picasso painting, so to speak.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely the art is beautiful. But you also have experience working on TV shows and movies. What is there like a difference, do you feel, in terms of like the expectations, the work that's required, and do you have a preference?
I like the acting part. That's fun. I just did a scene with Chris Abbott and Mike Epps for an upcoming movie, although I don't think I'm allowed to mention the title yet.
Okay.
So I have to just
That's
keep
an exclusive. We're not going to let that one out.
But yeah, we did a whole studio scene where actually we did it in this room.
Wow.
And yeah, it's like a 5-minute segment it's like a major motion picture, and that's coming out soon. In fact, I'm going to the production party tonight for the wrap-up, because the movie's done now. I guess now it'll go to the editing and the coloration and all that stuff that they do to complete a film.
Right.
And that's coming out, and that was a lot of fun. And the director was a young guy that people know well from Nickelodeon, Naked Brothers.
Right.
And Alex Wolf, he's just this extremely gifted kid who obviously is now going to be a great director.
Nice.
And it was wonderful. He asked me if I wanted to be in it, and I jumped for the opportunity.
Right, definitely.
And it just was awesome sitting here
right.
next to Mike Epps,
wow.
making jokes, and then having a serious dialogue for the film.
Right.
And Chris Abbott was great, and Mike was really wonderful to be around. And it just, it's like one of those moments, like I said, that have been quite a few for me, where you just feel like you're on top of the world.
Right, no, definitely. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
And, you talked about how your favorite is the producing part. So,
Absolutely.
Some of the artists can you talk about some of the artists that you're currently working with, or the projects that you're currently working on?
I just finished a record. I've been really bothered. Oh, dude. I mean, ever since the Trump election, I just lost my mind. I abandoned social media and stuff, because that's where everybody gets their news.
Right, exactly.
And even the feel-good stories, like the kid with cancer who did all these wonderful things, it's a lie. It didn't happen. This person doesn't exist.
Isn't that crazy?
And that's where everybody gets their news. And then you see a person like Trump actually successfully get elected, and I was like, this is not happening. And I hate social media, right? And there was just that element there that kind of turned me off, and so I want to stick to doing the music.
Right.
And so seeing what's going on with Syria and all these refugees, and I watch a lot of news, and that stuff concerns me, because when evil like that happens in the world and good men do nothing, forgot who said that, good people do nothing, it's allowed to prosper.
Right.
And the situation in Syria could have been dealt with
much better
had we stepped to the plate when it initially happened, but no one did, and then it led to this inpouring of all these guys, and they're killing people, and then the people spreading away from it, the violence, as refugees, and now you have these people propping up in every country like Trump's, who are demonizing them, and these are people just trying to get survive and live, and they're no different than you and I. They have the same wants that we want, and they're just normal people trying to survive the violence. And so I wanted to write a song about it after watching an incredible show on HBO, Cries from Syria, and I wrote a song called Refugee Girl. And I wrote it, I asked myself, if a refugee girl could talk and say the words in a song, what would she say? So I surmised that into a lyric, and then I built this banging production around it, and, but I wanted it to be more commercially viable, like in a pop record sense, so I did it like a Katy Perry type of thing, but it's like street R&B meets pop, and it's called Refugee Girl, and it's on iTunes and Spotify now under my name as the artist. And I hired this incredible girl named Sebi to sing the record. Funny, her father was the go-to guy for all the stars, for the background singers and singing on records, and he's incredible, Craig Berry. And I told him I needed a great singer for the record, so he told me, I'm going to send you the perfect person. Sebi walks in and knocks the shit out of the park.
Wow.
And so we did the record and we mixed it, and I just released it. And so if somebody wants to hear my most current work, that would be it.
Nice.
And then I got these 2 tracks that I put together for Designer.
Nice.
And Xana, if you're listening, I'm calling you again. Yeah, I hope to do those with him. And it's
Nice.
interesting, like if you hear Refugee Girl, you think, okay, this is what he does.
Right.
Little do you know that I can do it all. I can do
Right.
it a pop thing, I can do
Nice.
an R&B thing,
Nice.
I can do a real hard street hip-hop thing,
That's
whatever
awesome.
I want to do. And again, I have the knowledge and the experience. It's not
Right.
because of Glenn Swan's this great talent, it's that I have the knowledge,
Right.
the experience, and the skill set because I did the work to
Right.
learn the stuff.
Right.
And I studied these great producers from way back in the day through the chronology of the current people.
Right. Exactly.
And that's really how you become great, is learning from the previous person
Right.
and wanting to know what they did and taking the time to listen to what they did, pick it apart, and try to do the same thing and then make it your own.
Right. Definitely. Great advice.